All right, everyone, before we start today, let's form a quick vigil. And pray to whatever higher being or non being that you believe in that this fest makes it until the end of the playthrough, because I am fairly certain the point that the manufacturers did not intend for this to be worn more than once a month, maybe? And the buttons are already starting to lose themselves. I don't want to have to buy another one. Oh, good evening, everybody. Let's see, let's get BlueStacks going. There we go. Be heading on to chapter 4 today. Well, okay. To be fair, I bought this on a whim to get the, get the outfit going. Oh, excuse me. And so I just went on Amazon and bought the first red. Well, that's not true. I didn't buy the first red vest that I saw because a bunch of them had designs on it, and I'm like, it's not really supposed to be like paisley, right? It's just a red vest, and then some of the reds are too dark. I wanted to kind of match the red pants I already had. So the one that I fell on was like $20. Biggest issue is that if it were to break during a stream, I'd have to order it again and make sure that it would get here by the next stream. And sometimes that expedited shipping can be a bitch. So it is entirely my fault. I do not blame the manufacturers at all. Like I said, I don't think it was cheap, so I don't think it was ever intended to be something that was worn often. I've just instead gone a little above and beyond. Sorry, my allergies are acting up a little earlier, so I want to just take care of that right away. Also, I saw that we had over 10 likes already. Thank you, guys, for the huge early stream support. All right, I think the audio should be okay. It might. Hopefully, it's not loud. That is the whole truth of this case. .hack the world. Welcome. Above average heartbeat. Good blood pressure, though. Oh, well, that's death. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years.
Congratulations!
Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. Here in the world. Oh, shit. And now, you stand ready to begin the final chapter of this story. Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? Fuck. The decision is yours. Is it? I don't think I'm the judge. Oh man, what the fuck just happened? Woo! That was intense. Like that might be the most intense like opening we've saw since 1-4. I remember the opening of 1-4 being so intense I actually had to make reference to it in the title of the next stream. Yeah, let me say sorry. I should say hi to everybody. Fellow Hardy Har Koopa, nice. Welcome to the stream. Nathan, Turney Harrington, Ventus, JB, Lynch, Beth. I know I saw Lugia, Sarah, your everyday average gamer, Chancellor, Adamski, Dog, National Football Channel, Deus X, Ran, Dara, Ryzen, oh good lord, a lot of chat that happened. Awesome. All right, hope I didn't miss anybody. That was sorry. I started skimming there pretty fast, just to not take forever. Aya, or is it Aya or Aya? Hello. Yeah, welcome. No problem. Got to go to sleep or have stuff to do. I know the time zones, especially because we have a lot of international viewers, makes it kind of hard. But let's get into this because that was some shit.
Hey Apollo, look on TV. Look.
Is that where the TV is? Because I can't believe they can fit a television in this room. Yeah, I'm kind of busy.
Whoa, look at that. He's the last Grand Marie, all right. Amazing. Apollo, you should be watching this.
Ow. What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. Relax. If anybody's going to ask, I'll just address it now. No, I don't write about cases in my journal. When I am done with a long day of work, the last thing I want to do is write about it again in my journal. I guess if you have like if you've only had 3 cases over the course of months like Apollo has, maybe it's okay then. I don't have a TV in my office magic workshop. No, actually. My magic workshop does have 3 monitors though after I got this new one and moved the other one downstairs. But no, it doesn't actually have a TV in it. It was about that messy until like a week ago. It's actually really nice now. I feel less overwhelmed just by stepping into it. I mean, Sarah, you can find cheap TVs. It could be a really small TV. It could be like a 24-inch Vizio. They paid like $40 for secondhand on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I never got to the Trials and Tribulations part of the anime. Need to get up on that. He has nothing better to do with his life. He needs to find something better to do with his life. Oh no, I'm not saying he should pay attention to that either. I'm just saying I wouldn't be writing in my diary about my cases. Then why isn't he writing his screenplay when he's getting his his 0 cases? That's what all lawyers do when they don't have work, right? Go stream a real lawyer is doing blank at home. Hello, one. Welcome. Glad to have you, Roy. How's it going? This is the same office? No. No. No, 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 no. Oh, what did Phoenix do to this place? Oh, no. That was a respectable office. Yeah, the only time people saw my office is if my partner was using the conference room. But we did a relatively good job of making sure we weren't overlapping at all. So it wasn't, you know, a super big problem. Hi, Windy. Yeah, my headache's okay. I still had it a little bit today, so for those that are new, I'm just gonna, because this is kind of a recurring thing, so I'm just gonna let you guys know now. You can kind of tell because it's accompanying my allergies. Every like 2 or 3 months or so, I'll get this like week of really bad migraine headaches, and I have some really powerful headache medication to take to like get rid of it. Like once I take that, I don't have the headaches again for for another 2 to 3 weeks, and it generally comes with like a weird change in the weather, which like here it just got really, really cold all of a sudden. And when that happens, they're like they like make me nauseous. Like that's how bad they are. Like I can't do much. The problem is I can take a Tylenol and it'll keep me going for like another 2.5 hours or so before it comes back. When I have stuff to do, I can't take that medication because that medication makes me worthless for the rest of the day. And so I have to find like a very specific day to take it. And this weekend hasn't worked. I might be able to do it tomorrow evening because I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow like late tomorrow night. So like after work, I might do it then, and then I shouldn't have the issue anymore. But unfortunately, just because of how powerful it is, it's not something I can just take whenever I want because it is really powerful stuff. Like, I wonder to myself, like, should I be taking this? Like, it's prescribed. And I've told when I've had new doctors, I've told them what the effects that it had, and they're like, oh, that's fine. Okay. Okay. He has to be exaggerating their financial. His financial problems had to always have been exaggerated. There's no way they would have been able to keep running if he never got paid. You leave that to your wife. Fair enough. My wife is not a writer, so I need to do enough writing for the both of us. Yeah, it is, Charlie is the name of the plant, right? God, I feel so bad that everybody's been binging the Apollo Justice and Trials and Tribulation archive, and I just have not had any time to fucking put together the VODs. Still in the Justice for All VODs. I know it probably sucks to have to go through all of this whenever you're watching the VOD. Like this office better. It's friendlier. It looks like it's more open to mistakes. Hey, Tomek. Yes. Yes, it did. Nose is sensitive to change. Yeah. Yeah. My allergies get really bad when this happens, so I gotta make sure I take the medication a little earlier than I normally would. Yeah, heavy meds do suck. I mean, like, I don't mind medication, especially when I know it's doing what it's supposed to do, but, like, I've been prescribed, like, Vicodin before and taking that, and that didn't affect me nearly as much as this medication. That's just how, like, it's not heavy in the good way. It is very off-putting. Any of Mia's legal books? Okay, so here's, and it's possible that Nicholas disagrees with me, but in my experience, when you see an office and you see like a shelf of law reports, almost all of it's going to be case law. And yeah, you can go and look at the books and look back on stuff. Most of that stuff attorneys will have never read outside of school or like their very first couple years out. Especially now, because you generally check case law on the internet instead of doing it with the books. They're almost just better as set dressing at this point. I have them. I have all the books I had in school lined up, and it looks just like that. I haven't looked at one since I left school. So, hey, Young, I have migraines and my doctor prescribed me Maxalt. Did you get this? No, I don't. I never remember the name. I'd have to go check. I think I told Adamski about it once, and I think Adamski's our resident doctor. And I think he mentioned something about, like, yeah, that's supposed to be pretty heavy stuff. Phoenix isn't a public defender. So, well, okay. I'll make this distinction. In the US, he would not be a public defender. A public defender is somebody that is appointed by a judge. So the judge determines that the person is indigent, is the word that they use, and could not afford to retain a private attorney on their own. Or you have to submit a report of indigency. At least that's what you have to do in my state. But you'll get one regardless, because you have the right to an attorney here for criminal cases. Then the judge will order that a public defender be appointed. Then it gets referred to the public defender's office, which is its own office. It isn't like a private firm like this. And then they select from their workforce the public defender that's going to defend the defendant. Phoenix gets privately retained. He talks to the clients directly, and they decide to retain him. That makes him he is then just a private attorney that gets retained. I don't know how it works in Japan. So that's the distinction I have to make. I do not know how public defender's thing works in Japan. So that could be the difference. I've never thought to look into that. Just because for me I've never even thought of him like as a public defender. But I guess it's possible. Not knowing what happened between the edit cuts was uncomfortable. What, like the chat stuff? I guess some people want it. Yo, what's up, guy? Same old possum, yo, Mike. Do I hang up my degree in a frame? Are you one of those guys? It is framed. It's not hung up though. The one thing I do have hung up is my certificate from the bar, just so that people see immediately that I am in fact certified by the state of Wisconsin to license to practice. But that's more of like a, hey, look, I am legitimate, and this will show you that I am so you don't have to worry about anything weird. Especially since you might think that's dumb, but like, apparently, and I haven't run into this myself, but apparently in Northern Illinois, there's this kind of issue going on where there are people going around, especially, I'm talking about like the immigration community specifically, who are representing themselves to be attorneys and they're not to people. So I've just kind of done it out of habit now, so that they know that whoever's coming in knows that it's a legitimate thing, because these are people. I have clients that have lost thousands of dollars to these people before. For some reason, keep getting new volumes I never read. Yeah, you might look at it like once or twice, right? But it's never going to be something you consistently refer to. Well, right. So a court appoints one if they can't get one. But I can't remember that ever happening. Because generally, if you're appointed as a public defender, you're not in that first hearing. Phoenix is an Apollo. Aren't both of them almost always already, like, retained by the time the case starts? So I don't remember the judge actually, maybe once, but I don't remember the judge specifically appointing Phoenix or Apollo. I know in most cases he did not. They were privately retained. Yeah, I mean, I understand that, National Football Channel. I actually assume that that's how most people feel. I have an actual card, but the card is way less extravagant. 25 likes, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, I know we've done a lot of chat talking. Let me get these credits on and we'll... Uh, 25, that's 50, 100, 150, 300. You guys are just some chatty Cathys tonight.
Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago.
Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know. What, you've been writing in it for 3 months? Or you just slept for 3 months afterwards? Because I understand that, too. I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right now, I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lamoir disappeared.
That's right, Uncle Valent did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now.
I was just getting to the good part. Suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. What you're now seeing is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum. Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Governor's concert was. Yeah, generally big acts all take place at one big arena in the city, and very rarely are cities that ridiculously large where they have more than one large arena. That's not surprising. Only 3 more days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelieving eyes. Wait. So it's not on TV yet. It won't be on TV for 3 days. So what exactly are we watching? I'm confused. The legendary troupe Grammar is performing for the first time in 7 years.
That's going to be great. I'm so there. You and Daddy are coming too.
The legendary Grammarys. If Trucy's real father were still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles.
I've got the tickets and everything. Here's yours, Apollo.
Yay. This has to be Phoenix, right? Only he would say something that fucking lame. It's not Uncle Valiant. Ah, here you are. Working harder. Hardly working. Hey, how have you been?
Hey there, stranger.
Not exactly the kind of greeting I'd want to hear from my own kid. Yeah, no fucking kidding. Oh. Though he has been gone a long time. Oh, passive aggression. How goes it, Trucy? Here, I got a present for you.
Yay, pudding! I love pudding. Oh, it's farm fresh.
What the fuck is farm fresh pudding? And where can I get some?
Not just one pudding, but 3 whole cups. I'll have to pace myself.
So he did one of either 2 things. Well, he did one of either 3 things, I guess. So either he got her he bought a 4-pack of pudding, took one for himself, and then gave her the remainder. Bought a 6-pack, ate 3 of them, and then gave her the remainder, or bought like 99-cent singles and was like, here, sorry I've been a terrible father lately. Take this $3 worth of pudding. Oh my god, Phoenix. Oh, I bet it's like chocolate or vanilla and not even the chocolate vanilla swirl, as should be the base default. Yo, what's up, Final? I feel like instead of hanging up certifications, it'd be better to hang up your grades. I want to know the doctor treating me got better than a C-. I get what you mean, but I will tell you something. Grades are not the biggest determinant. Determinant.
Fucking, are you kidding me?
Oh, hey, we got a raid. Hey, thanks, JB. Grades are not necessarily the greatest indicator of success for an attorney. There are people that can be really, really smart and be absolutely terrible when it comes to practice. Snuggy Raid. Hey, Chaos, what's up, dude? Flaming Sun, Gale. Snuggy95, Bad Kitty. How's it going? I assume this is Snuggy95's raid. Drop my raid alert. Thank you to Snuggy95 for the raid. Let me get your link. What were you playing this fine evening or day, depending on your time zone? I've had it up to here. You know your end is near. Well, that earned a sub from me. Just that being the first thing I hear on your channel. There you go. Channels. Got this command. There we go. It is added. All right, cool. Also, hello to Tara and Easy. I saw you had come in too, dude. What's up? Sonic Adventure, very nice. Very nice. I am a big Sonic Adventure fan. The Sonic Adventure fan, regardless of its many issues, it is super fun game. It's the first game I had for Dreamcast. I was like, wow, Sonic in 3D. This is a lot better than that Sonic Spinball I kept playing over and over again at my uncle's house. Why don't I just get a Sega system and play Sonic on my own? Is it your first time playing it? Yo, what's up, Coulter? What's up? What did I do? Oh, you came in with the raid. Gotcha. Well, thank you for coming in with the raid. Oh, you got the gold now, JB? Spoilers will be, you mean punished by the competent judge. His brother. It's better. I got more sleep. So it's not as, like, it's still kind of there. It's just a little dull right now. Oh yeah, my office would also fail if it looked like this inspection, even from where I live. Oh, sorry, Coulter. You know, the thing is that Z's just kind of pop. If I'm skimming chat, Z's just kind of pop. So it's just not. It's hard to not catch Easy's name. I apologize. The Dolphin emulator, nice. Dolphin emulator is actually really nice. I don't have it anymore because I had to fucking restore my PC. It was kind of a pain to set up, but man, when you get that thing working, it works so smooth. That's cool though. Everybody go to here. Let me drop this again. Go check out Snuggy's YouTube channel. Throw him some love for throwing the raid our way. I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, really? That's interesting. I guess we didn't have. Yeah, we didn't have as we had a lot of carpeting, but not in our lobby area. It was just like tile. I wish we could have changed it though, because that tile was yuck. What's your question, Coulter? Oh yeah, I've been following along on that final. That'll be cool. That new computer smell is always good. Tales of Symphonia. I have that on my playlist. I got it on Steam for like $2 when it was on like super sale. Oh, hey JB. Thank you for upgrading your membership to the student body to graduate. Much appreciated, my dude. And all the perks that come along with said tier. All right, no problem, Snuggy. Thank you so much for bringing the raid over here. I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. I try to make it one of a kind. That is a guillotine. I mean, Phoenix probably calls it a cigar cutter or a hand destabilizer, but I would call it a guillotine.
And not just one pudding, but 3 whole cups. I'll have to pace myself.
Well, I'm beat. That's Phoenix's, okay, I'm here, but I don't really feel like being a dad right now, so I'm gonna go lay down and sleep off this headache look.
That's right, Daddy. You're on a top secret mission.
Yes, my top secret mission to skirt my responsibility as a parent.
You gotta take it easy with the secrets, you know.
All right, you are. But I'm not going to. So, you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe this time. It has something to do with you anyway. Huh? With me?
Oh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission too. Maybe you can be one of those guys, a spy.
Can I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. Not to see your kid? Okay. What? Tell me, you've heard of the juris system, right?
The juris system?
That's right, the new legal system everyone's talking about.
Have you heard of it, Apollo?
Huh? Maybe? Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The juris system, huh? You not fucking know when an entirely new system's going to be implemented. Oh my god. So, yeah, that bombshell was dropped early, Mike, but in the last case, it was revealed that she was, in fact, not Phoenix's biological daughter, which was something we assumed from the beginning. Because 7 years passed, which means if she was 15 and Phoenix was 33, then he had her when he was 18 and had a child that entire time of the first 3 games, and we just never knew. I thought it's been the same. It's been the same, like, oh, guy. I don't know what it's supposed. Just a screaming face. God. Do you not know if, like, that would be huge news if our system had, like, a gigantic change like that.
So, Daddy, what's this jury system thing?
Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is?
I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty? Or girl. Do you know, Apollo?
Only from TV. It's 12 people, chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling the new system the juris system. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait. Let me state that this is rhetorical. I don't want people to answer me. I'm guessing they're gonna bring that in for Dual Destinies, and I honestly have my doubts as to how that would work. But we will see, if it in fact happens. That, woo, okay.
No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor.
Not quite that harsh. The jurists cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. Ah, there will be only 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Oh god. Yeah, let's deadlock super often. That's always a great way to go about it.
Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo.
Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now. What? Nobody's taking the court seriously? Does a court pass down a guilty verdict and the defendant's just like, ha, that's a good one, judge. I'll see you later, and strut out the courtroom like, why did I even waste my time being here? That has to be what it is, right? Like they'll actually see what happens and they'll respect what happens instead of just assuming that people are screwed walking into court. Which has kind of been the entire point of like the series, right? Like the focus.
I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show starring Dr. Wright.
Haha, Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and mascot Apollo, the perfect team. Mascot? Hey! Motherfucker. So, what is this secret mission? The Juris system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like this system are always risky, Apollo.
Too true. Everyone's got an opinion and they just talk and nothing gets decided. Kind of like you, Apollo.
I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test, if you will.
I don't like tests.
Mood. We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with that process, incidentally. Helping how? Wait, weren't you disbarred? How often do disbarred attorneys get to go and make revolutionary changes to the fucking legal system? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the Juris System Simulated Court Committee. Oh yeah, that sounds like a real institution that has been made and not just something that drunk Phoenix didn't come up with on his own. Someone is accused of a crime and it's found not guilty. Do they get their legal fees refunded? Kind of dumb if they don't, but my suspicion is not no. No, they do not. They do not. Like in a case, in any case, and you rarely see this in criminal cases. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever personally seen it. I suppose you might be able to do it, but I've never seen it myself. For a person's legal fees to be refunded, you generally have to ask for that relief in your pleadings, unless it's statutory and is compulsive to happen, which it can depending on the lawsuit, the type of lawsuit. Like it can happen in IP cases sometimes, where it's like attorney's fees are like if a certain bar isn't cleared, then legal fees for the other side are mandatory. But you'll still see them plead that relief, as we would say, anyways. Just in case the court were to forget about it. You don't want that to happen. I picked at something and now it's bleeding. Mood, right, guys? Why don't more people request the request attorney's fees? So attorney's fees are normally only given. Right. So there's one big difference between doing this in a civil case and doing it in a criminal case. For a criminal case, it would mean that the state or the government would have to pay those fees because they're the opposing party, right? The government does not want to pay those fees. They'll just be like, "Oh, my bad. But we had good reason to think it was you." So that's why it doesn't really happen in criminal cases. In civil cases, the other party is another private party in most circumstances. You could sue the government civilly as well. But in most civil cases, the party is a private party. And the reason that clause is and that type of relief is a thing is to discourage frivolous lawsuits. Discourage lawsuits that are brought all, cavalier and willy-nilly and they didn't really think about what they were doing before they brought it. Because courts hate that, because the courts see that as a waste of their time. Criminal cases are almost never brought in that manner. because of the burden of proof being so high. It's just not something you see very often. So it's like a punishment to the other party for wasting the court's time with something that should never have been, you know, or it's a very punitive measure. Like, we really want to punish you for doing what you did. But again, government's not into punishing itself, generally speaking. Do I like tea? I like warm chai tea. That's really the only type of tea I love. It's combining chai and tea. That's really the only kind of tea I will drink consistently. Even though, yes, I have heard that tea has some properties that would really help somebody like me out. Phoenix. I didn't realize Phoenix was such a big fan of Goku. I would agree with that. There's something else going on that we don't know. I guess, was it ever explicitly said he was disbarred? Did I ask that before? Or did it just say he stopped? He just wasn't practicing after that point anymore. Yeah, chai does have a spicy property, and I love that. Turns 20 this year. Yeah, that's why they're doing some of those, we'll see some of those re-releases, right? Like the Great Ace Attorney gets localized, hopefully. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurist candidates, even the judge in the courtroom. Oof. I'm already not on board with this. They said lost his badge. Okay, that seems to imply disbarment, to me at least. Chicken? Oh, that sounds good. Oh. Do you ever suddenly remember that you did not have dinner? Oh, that's not gonna be good. Sorry, I'm thinking of my options, and they are not many, because I think I'm even out of cereal. I need to go to the grocery store tomorrow. We're trying to keep less food in the house, so we just don't... We have a problem with stress eating, as you can imagine, for a nurse and an attorney. So one thing we're doing is trying to just keep less food in the house, but then we run into this problem sometimes because we're not the greatest planner when it comes to our meals, at least in this emergency type situation. Well, I'll have to think about what I'm going to do about that. Maybe it's under the sofa. It's very difficult to just flat out get out of jury duty. Most of the time you'll try to get out of it during the actual process of voir dire by giving them answers that you think will help you get out of it. The problem is that can backfire horribly, because somebody might be like, that's exactly what I want. Or it might not be as relevant as you think it was. 2 sandwiches and some Oreos? Yeah, that would have been satisfying. You watch Superbad tonight? Superbad is such an amazing film. That was probably the last movie that I saw that was so funny that I almost pissed my pants. Before that, it was Wedding Crashers. And then, like, nothing before and after. Those are my two favorite comedies ever. You're right, Possum. It's probably more of a common thing these days. Might be best not to look up. I didn't really see anything. Unfortunately, that does mean I will have to skip some of what people were saying. So if you said something you wanted me to look at, you might want to repost it so I don't look up. A whole pitcher of water? That is weird. That was simply for the dramaticism of it, right? Because he like fucking goes through it. All the courtrooms that I've been in, they have a water cooler and they have cups that you can get, but they're small Dixie cups. I've never seen anybody get that much water. This is the end. Almost got there. That was really close. It was a really, really funny movie. It just didn't reach that super elite tier, triple S tier. But it came close. It did come close. That movie was, I was not expecting it to be that good. Okay, so here's my problem with this. One of the big things about juries that makes them fair, so to speak, or the system fair, is that they're chosen at random. Having somebody specific, at least the pool of jurists are chosen at random. To specifically choose the people that are going to be onto the jury, that is putting way too much power in one person's hands. Because if they screw up, they are really hurting one party or the other. So I'm not on board with this at all. Even the judge in the courtroom.
Wow, it's like you have a real job.
It's like I'm the court god. Just kidding. I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. Probably. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is.
A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting.
So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since this is the first run-through of a new system, I wanted something simple.
Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious.
True. The case is a murder. Sure, not sure about what's going to happen yet. It might work out, it might not work out, but let's put somebody's life on the line. How about that? This is a good idea, right? This is a fucking good idea. His definition of simple is very much different, I'm assuming, from our definition of simple. You want the background spaghetti? It doesn't look appetizing at all. Leslie Nielsen is a god. Oh, I'll stipulate to that. You don't want to get in trouble for doing something like that, Zara. Hot take from this gender fluid Emma's development over the time skip and redesign is literally perfect. Oh, I agree so far at least. I thought I was gonna dislike her because she went from being this really like energetic person to this cynical monster, but I love it. I love her presentation so far. It's been perfect, as you said. Yeah, we can't bring in anything either. Like, if we bring in a thermos or something like that, it has to remain in our bag. essentially they can't know that it's there, so we just don't do it. Which sucks, but... Because having coffee would be really nice. I don't even drink coffee ever, but if I could have it during a trial, hell yeah, I would. You have been watching a lot of Cobra Kai. I'm surprised you haven't. I thought that you had already been engaged in it before, and was part of where your interest came from. Yeah, dude, it's fun. If you really like the idea of, you know, exercise and discipline in a simulated fighting fashion, then you will enjoy it. I took karate from ages like 6 to 8, but I was a little bastard about it. I didn't like how slow the progress was because I was a child and I wanted instant gratification. I just want to tell you both, good luck. We're all counting on you. Like, excuse me? It was a homicide? Yikes. I don't even think, so they're common in the game, but I don't think that means that they're common in the world, right? It could just mean that that's just what Phoenix and Apollo happen to get often. Yeah, exactly. That's an open and shut case. He stole something, he admitted to it. Done. It's very al dente. What if the judge is just really impressed? I would be surprised. I'm not saying it'll happen for sure. I'm just saying you are running the risk. And it is not worth the risk of potentially. How many times have I gotten away with having stuff with you? Not often, just because I generally just don't do it. Because if I don't have access to it anyways, I don't want the water in my bag, because there's that little chance that it's not entirely tightly secured and that water might get all over documents. No, that's fair. 17 cups of coffee. Yes, yeah, I don't want to do that. A lot of courthouses have cafeterias. I won't say all of them do, but a lot of them do. Oh, Siona. Bruh. And Jake, how's it going? True. The case is a murder. That's not simple at all.
By simple, did you mean that the defendant is...
Guilty, yes. Most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. With what? Excuse you? With the trial tomorrow, you're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you.
Go for it, Apollo.
Fuck both of you. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Tired of being volunteered for this bullshit. Now, this is a case where you could make the argument that Apollo is a public defender. Because he was just like, all right, we need an attorney. All right, Apollo. All right, Apollo Justice. He'll be the attorney. Let him know.
It's just a test case anyways. No sweat.
Yeah, and I bet by test case you mean I'm not getting paid for it either. Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. That's the thing I probably should have cared about more, to be honest. and a potentially serious sentence, the most serious, in a worst case scenario, that person might die. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial, that's a real trial. All the forms have been filed, there's no turning back now. I disagree. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make it hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I only hearing about this now? Yes, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Something that happened last night. And the defendant was defending himself. It is funnier when somebody's trying to defend himself and there's no attorney. Again, I've watched a parent direct themselves on the stand, and it was really funny. It was very hard not to laugh. She literally asked herself questions. I wasn't expecting that. But not only that, she did like the she was two people thing. What would you say is whatever? That's a very good question. I will tell you. It had been very obvious from the beginning that the two parents were they loved the show of everything. Oh, God. Yo, what's up, Trep? You could have tried to make that point. The problem is we all kind of had a certain perspective on them in the first place, and that just seemed to confirm it. Nothing else. What? Jury duty, dog? No, you might get a case about, I don't know, what's something that people would find boring. A dispute over corn manufacturing. Twain, corn manufacturing is an incredibly deep and interesting industry. I'd imagine testifying on a Zoom would be a little less stressful than in court, but maybe not, because you're dealing with now a different, like a software to make sure that everything's okay. That could add more anxiety, I suppose. Yeah, days in some minor misdemeanor or just minor dispute, not even necessarily a criminal case. What are the chances of being picked for jury duty? Depends on how many cases are filed. Depends on how many cases are filed that are then subsequently gone to trial in your area. Then also based on the population of your area, that of people that are 18 and older. That's how you can find out how, like, what the chances are. Thanks. I knew I was gonna pick some shit where people are like, actually. Like, okay. I just thought of some random food. Hey Keith, thanks for the $4.99, dude. Corn manufacturing is interesting. They've been making albums since 1993. I stand corrected. Corn manufacturing is indeed very interesting. I want to go listen to some Freak on a Leash. Like a freak on a leash. I've seen Korn in concert. They're a good act to see in person. Lawyers can be jurors. Just they're not. If you ever actually get put on, like, get put into the voir dire thing and aren't just like a backup or a reserve or whatever, they're not going to choose you. If I'm an attorney, I don't want an attorney on the jury. You're always going to get struck by one of the parties. Always. Excuse me? Real murder trials and Ace Attorney Online? What? You'll get a letter from the government stating that you've been selected, and they'll tell you. So, there has been news that the Great Ace Attorney is going to get a localization in the recent Capcom leak that happened. So if that's the case, then we'll probably just wait for that to be released. In which case, yes. I don't see why not. Yeah, you do cases, but were they saying, like, a real murder case? Yes, Zara, that is exactly what I'm saying. No, that's a good question. I've never had to strike an attorney. I've never had an attorney on any of my juries that I've had to. So I've never had to strike them personally. I would guess what's likely to happen is that the attorney is going to be really good for one of the two sides' cases. And at that point, you're probably using an unconditional strike. Yeah, that's why I haven't done anything Ace Attorney Online yet. I'm not going to do it until I'm done with the games. It sounds like it's really fun, but I don't want to be spoiled about anything. So, like... Well, yeah, that's what Ryzen said something about a real case, and I'm like, excuse me? Yo, what's up, Uprising? It's going well for me. How about you, dude? Good to see you. To make their grits? No. No, I have not. Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission. We have very different definitions of the word excited, but okay. But what about this? The Troop Gramarye Grand Magic Show. Huh? Oh, yeah, the card tricks. so condescendingly dismissive. Oh yeah, the card tricks. Whatever. They're not card tricks. They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse. So what? That's 3 whole days from now. Oh, I like that she was huffing there. I don't think I noticed that sprite do that before. It's at Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go today. We can say hi to Uncle Valent. Have fun.
What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing.
Bullshit. Says the fucking 15-year-old girl that does magic shows on a nightly basis at what I am almost pretty sure is a gentleman's club. Right. Why not go with her? Fuck you! Why don't you go with her, Dad? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow, regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something he's not telling me.
Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum.
I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Ah, Gramarye. That reminds me.
What's this, Daddy? Isn't that Silk Hat the Gramarye seal?
Consider it a birthday present, Trucy.
Thanks, it's great, but today isn't my birthday.
Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? Why, it's Christmas Day. Sorry. I saw too many versions of the after never seeing like I haven't seen A Christmas Carol like in any form in decades. All of a sudden I saw it in like 3 different forms over the holidays and I'm just like, oh god. I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Then it's a Recycle Your Plastics present.
Yippee! So it's plastic!
I've given up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way.
So what is it? Can I open it, Daddy?
No. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. Smile. Someday soon. Don't open it until then. The fuck? Why would you give that to a 15-year-old and be like, nope, you can't open it now? That almost ensures that they're going to open it.
Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then?
Yeah, that's a very legitimate question. Because that would be the logical thing to do. An envelope about the Gramarys, huh? God, what a dickhead! Yeah, a fucking Phoenix is Goku and Apollo is Piccolo. I like my lights. It's so easy to roll off the tongue, that reference specifically. Yeah, man, people love their Apollo Justice. Again, I was expecting the crowd to be smaller once I got to Apollo Justice, because I didn't think people cared enough. I should have done, but it actually makes sense. For a game that might not have a bigger crowd, it also means it stands to reason that there might not be as much content on it, which means that the fans that do really like it are going to find those playthroughs that they're looking for. Not necessarily, you gotta look at it deeper than just the surface logic. That was my mistake. I'm not used to coming up with logic in regards to a YouTube channel very well. As you can see, we're still a small channel. He's done that a few times where he's like, you can't see the eyes and he just has that smile. It is dark. That's a good way of putting it. Hey, Mass Mildew. Yes, go away. Go finish Trials and Tribulations. Don't get spoiled on anything. This game is best played completely blind. But thank you for coming in and saying hi. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of Trials and Tribulations. Winston Payne is Raditz. Edgeworth's Vegeta. He's like... Huh. I am worth 5 Winston Pains. You are only worth 2 Winston Pains. Oh god, DBZ Abridged is so good. Yeah, investigations would be... I'm interested in seeing what happens for that. Smash Bros. Crusade with Phoenix? Somebody remind me to look that up. I want Phoenix in Smash so much. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I just thought that most people were only interested in the first three. Like, I feel like who did we raid the last week? Pudge? What was it? Pudge? Someone we raided didn't even know that there was like a second set of games, and I feel like that's like the casual gamer, like knowledge base. Like, you know about the first 3, but that's it. Oh, damn it. Alright, I owe you for 35 and 40 likes. Fuck. I'm gonna do this. I never remember the... You know? 250, 300, minus 50. That's 500. There you guys go. Thank you for the support, dudes and dudettes. And everyone in between. Much appreciated. There it is for Twitch. Yeah, which is really interesting. And it makes me really glad that I decided to focus on YouTube instead of Twitch, because Twitch would not have helped me out with the algorithm in the way that YouTube does, especially for something like this. So I've been very satisfied with that decision, even though like top end Twitch can be more lucrative for streamers, at least. What's your least favorite trip? Investigations 1? Hey Anthony, how's it going? Welcome. Hello to you as well. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I agree with that, Uprising. Yo, what's up, Middle Mario? Oh, you left it in the comment section of the stream itself. Yo, Shaboinky Boink, what is up? Long time no see. It was Pudge. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, but I don't play Marvel vs. Capcom. I play Smash, and I want him in Smash. Especially because Steve made me not want to play Smash anymore. Even Sephiroth only brought me back temporarily. Or they think it's a spin-off. That's a good point, too. I thought it was a spin-off. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, this must not actually deal with Phoenix. It's probably like some in-universe, but like completely removed from any of Phoenix's story. Japan though, which is fair, but I while we do have some people watching from Japan, most of our audience comes from elsewhere. God, Trauma Center. I would love to play that series. Vegeta! What? I can fly. Oh, god damn it, Nappa. Well, we're doing it. Just gonna get through the 2 investigations games first. Don't worry, guys. It's my promise to you. I was trying to be super epic there. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I want to know! I'm a fucking attorney in the case! Of course I do! I mean, I'm gonna be defending, aren't I? But if all goes well, then yes, of course, this is just a test. What do you mean if all goes well? You just told me I'm already a point. Like, what could go wrong? I get hit by a bus on the way there? Sure, yeah, that could happen. I wanted everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, as it were. Okay, that's great for jurists, but for the attorneys, that doesn't quite fly. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyways? Oh, mine. Committee chair, remember? Oh. Yes, awkward. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose. I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good, that's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What? Then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Didn't you once defend somebody without even talking to them ahead of time? I'm sure you'll be fine. Yeah, that was also bullshit, though. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo? I'm in charge of the whole trial. That means the entire affair is my responsibility. For good or for bad. Oh my god. Where'd this serious face come from? Smile. Smirk. Just do what you can. And don't worry. I know what I'm doing. All right. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk.
All time's a wasting.
Whatever the fuck that was. I haven't played Smash in over a year. You haven't missed anything. Wanting to speak with a witness is kind of sus. Yeah, like, trying to figure out what happened, huh? Makes you seem kind of suspect. Hobo Phoenix is triple S tier. Hobo Phoenix is what it means to go even further beyond. Yeah, right? Yo, what's up, Kyle? Because I feel like one of the things that makes Hobo Phoenix great is that over the past 7 years, his personality has morphed to include part of all of the other attorneys he's ever interacted with. That's the good part where he gets dark and you can't see his eyes, and he sounds like this. Beanix and Feeny. Oh, I forgot about Feeny. God. Hey, Feeny. Remember me?
I'm the person that tried to get you convicted of murder. Waiting is the hardest part. Why are you singing to yourself? Don't quit your day job.
I know, that's why we're here. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes. Oh my god. 20 minutes. Holy shit, that's so long. Fucking pampered. Ugh.
Maybe I should complain? I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us.
That is what he does. That's exactly what he does. He just stands there in the corner like, I didn't hear anything, I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything, I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything, I didn't see anything. You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way.
Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and they're standing right behind you. Oh, guard! Is our client gonna be much longer?
What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Oh no. Oh no.
Huh?
Oh, okay. 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 Okay, thank God. I thought the game was going somewhere much darker, where Phoenix set Trucy up as a murderer and I had to defend her. Okay. Okay. See what this game... Yeah, I did think they meant Trucy. You see what this series got me all fucked up in the head now? That's what this series got me on now. Don't scroll too far up if you didn't see our warnings. Okay. Yeah, that would be one of the first things we should do, Sarah. Eek! Whoa. Where'd you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat.
I'm nervous, Apollo.
Why would you vocalize that in front of her? It's the silence. It builds suspense. Why are you talking about like she's not there? Don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you?
That's right. Okay. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Eek! She passed out!
Miss Magic Underwear might have been a better bet. That's your response to that, Apollo? He's just sitting there like, maybe we should have went with the other acts. Deadpan delivery. Oh, Apollo's a treasure.
That's magic panties, Apollo.
Don't remind me. Does she have irises, or does she have that like cold dead anime stare? Right. Before we go on real quick. My favorite place still open. $62. God damn it. They are still open though. There aren't many places open. I mean, there are probably more places open than the average person has available to them, but it's all chain stuff. Ooh, that's a good idea too. Oh, and there we go. That's all we have. God, how late is this place open? We open super fucking late. Well, this is what we're doing. Oh wait, shit. Am I in the right? Oh, shit. There we go. Oh, that's my parents' address. What? Why would that change all of a sudden? That's really weird. Huh. I don't know, it says the same thing. Okay. Well, fuck me. I don't want a pizza. Man, I might be fucked. Yep. I'm probably fucked. I don't know, it's like initially when I went in, they had a bunch more stuff available, and then maybe that extra like 3 minutes really just fucked me over. I don't have any Little Debbies. Hopefully Sunday night. Well, if you're in the US. I wouldn't think that'd be super high volume, right? Yeah, I'm sitting here bitching, and Dog's like, I don't have access to any of that. Maybe you should shut your privileged mouth and appreciate what you have. 9,000 small. I can't live in a small town. I also can't live in a super big city. I'm picky. I need a mid-sized city. Nice mid-sized city. All right. See you later, Beth. Hope you feel better. That seems actually pretty concerning.
I'm glad you're having fun.
Never known a judge to lose themselves like that. You think you'd Illuminix Cardinal for the sub. Did that pop up? I didn't hear the alert. I thought I fixed that. Oh, yeah, it's just, why is it so damn quiet? The Mainer. Oh, is that what you guys call yourselves? All right, guys, what voice am I giving her? I was thinking of giving her like a Debbie Downer voice. Oh God, did you live in Chicago and it just beat you down mentally, Dog? I could understand. That does actually sound really funny. I love that video of where they animated with Rick and Morty of that, what was it, in Cleveland or something like that? Some criminal case, and the dude was just the biggest fucking jerk. But it was so funny. Hi. Like Paulo's never addressed a person before. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know? And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Tell me, what's your... That's really funny. That's really funny. Tell me, what's your sign?
I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo.
No, never mind. I just got carried away there. Too destined to get difficult clients, it seems. So what's your name? Oh, right. I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo, Apollo Justice. No, that's not a joke.
And I'm Trucy Wright.
I know. This is getting nowhere fast. Yeah, I know. Maybe you can tell us what happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately? Murder? Framed for murder?
Well, the other day, this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me directions.
Later, Trucy. Feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. Though I think I understand despair a little better now. Oh. Did somebody say despair? Get out of here, Monokuma.
You did good, Apollo.
Did I? Okay, that's kind of freaky to just show me randomly.
Look, she's doing her nails.
What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. Cat calls you red in the Met. Yeah, right. What's your sign? He is super awkward. Like, Phoenix is awkward, but in a very different way. Okay, God. Excuse me? Could you read this? Is that too soft? Sure. I feel like a teenager on a first date. This is the love letter we passed from desk to desk at school.
Stop looking so wistful and read it.
Why do you know what wistful means? Anyways, it's a business card with a name and an address. The name is Vera Misham? The address is for Crew Studio. And you're giving me this card because... She's Vera, you fucking moron. Wait! Well, looks like we're finished here. I wonder if... Oh, Drew Studio.
I wonder if Drew Studio is the scene of the crime.
Let's go find out. Not too soft. Good. Like like I want it to be soft, but not so soft that you guys can't hear it. Oh. I actually really like that mess of a painting. What is this? This has to be the weirdest track I've ever heard in a Phoenix Wright game. So, I know why it's off-putting to me. It uses a very similar note to what me and KY consider to be the worst video game track, possibly worst track ever that we've ever heard. Worst musical track ever. And I'm gonna play it for you real quick. Yep. Roy has it. It was Ranma 1/2 Hard Battle. It is the Casino Kings stage music. It is the worst musical arrangement I have ever heard in my life. Yeah, Kefka's theme is like the precursor to Sephiroth's theme. I think Sephiroth's theme is better, but that's because they had a chance to take one theme and evolve it, right? With better resources. With the bell. I'm not gonna butcher it like that. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was gonna give Roy partial credit, but because it's your first time here, it's not showing up yet. I'll just have to do that later. Never heard of that game. It sucks, and yet I still really enjoy it. It's not a good fighting game, but it's funny, I guess is the best way to put it. And I enjoy how funny it is. Wow, this looks like a studio?
Hence the name Drew Studio. It's like life imitating art, or maybe it's the other way around? But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring.
Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene.
Oh, look at all those paintings.
Hey, don't touch those.
It's okay, I'm just looking.
I feel like Tom Haverford in Parks and Recreation, where he gets that painting, and he's like complaining about it because it's abstract. But then he like looks at it further, like he's trying to describe it to the group like haphazardly, and then ends up realizing that he's like totally in love with it. Just the shapes and the green. Magnificent. I like tournament. I actually own Tournament Fighters.
Huh? Apollo, look at this one.
Oh. I almost X'd out of OBS there. That would have been bad. Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath.
Well, that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all.
Yeah, good point. That is odd.
All the paintings have a really different style, too.
Thought I might find you too. I don't know who this is supposed to be. Is it Valent? Oh, I thought I might find you two here. Oh, nope.
I thought I might find you two here.
In my fucking way. Like, it's really funny that this is a theme. She's just not this theme at all anymore.
Emma, long time no see.
Oh? Seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here too. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow?
I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh?
Well, I do work for his agency. We don't even know what the case is about.
Well, he was killed. The artist who owns this studio, that is. Mr. Drew Measham. Measham?
His daughter was put under arrest. Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center.
It was funny though, but not like ha-ha funny. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could...
You don't say. Not even by poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning is a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman.
Poisoning?
Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. Then why did you bother asking the question of, so Mr. Wright chose you, huh? Well, if you already knew that, then you didn't need to even say that. No fucking shit. I'll just be over here with my snackoos. Can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around, which means we'd better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. Dun dun dun. Yeah, smug Emma's really funny. Bob Ross. No! No! There was a NES version of that game? Oh! I can't imagine that being too good. Get a Bob Ross description of these paintings?
Well, here, I think we'd like to take a little trip under the sea. The sea is a very happy place, you see. Get the pun I just did? I've always been a big fan of those pufferfish, you know, the ones that kind of blow up when they get all riled up inside. So, generally you can find those around reefs. I think we should draw its setting first. Let's kind of get this little reef up here, this happy little reef. The reef itself isn't going to get the pufferfish all angry, but you know, it has to have somewhere to live. Let's make it a nice brown color. Reflects off the water really well, you see. Let's start on our pufferfish before we go with the rest of the setting. Let's make our pufferfish a little yellow mixed with the brown. Almost makes it look like it's a big old sunfish, you see? Nice and happy. It's puffed up, but that doesn't mean it still can't be having a good day. Let's give it some nice blue eyes. Water will really bring out that color in the background.
I'm sorry, that's as far as I can go. That's as far as my thought process got.
Yeah, this isn't a murder. It's just a happy little accident.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. I just love oils. You know how they're so thick? Is that the word?
These paintings are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these are. These all are.
Yeah, what's going on with this half-finished one?
Must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below.
That's what's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished parts.
I noticed. We just talked about this. That is weird. Well, this is where he died. It's because I think she learned a lot from watching Gumshoe waste his time, even though Phoenix did his work for him anyways. That was coincidentally as much as I could take. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Ness one either. Yeah, right, Roy?
Apollo, that's where the body was. That's the spot where Mr. Drew Measham passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment,
The WAP. There's quite a bit of paint on the ground.
see that half-painted painting over there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died. Wow, a true artist to the end. Or maybe he started it a year ago and was procrastinating, like I'm doing right now. Oh. I imagine this coffee cup was for guests to use. Guests?
Did the police already analyze this cup too?
Not a trace of poison was found on that cup.
So the killer was after Drew Measham alone.
Hey, there's a painting hidden back here.
Hey, you're right.
What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it?
You certainly seem pleased by the possibility. Yeah, right. I knew they had a Genesis version. I did not know about the NES version, though, and that would not be surprising then. It's thousands of dollars. I, too, hide my embarrassing paintings behind furniture. For me, it's like, I, too, am embarrassing. Oh, man, I'm silly today.
Huh? It's so normal.
That's hardly something to get mad about.
Huh? What is it, Apollo?
Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. I better get a professional opinion on this. Do I buy video games worth a lot of money? I have never paid more than... What's the most I paid for a game? Maybe like $100. I don't tend to drop a ton of money on expensive games. Most of the very expensive games I had already. It's unfortunate because it does mean I haven't been able to play some games that I really do want to play, or games that I had and I lost. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can't say for sure, but I thought that practice was outdated as well. You would use it. You could still use it like for the lay person because we would know, like everybody knows, right? The chalk outline. Oh, but yeah, I don't think it's really used. $1 million. Oh, really? All right, later, National Football Channel. Take it easy. Talk to you later. Yeah, those things can be tricky sometimes, JB. They spent on Steam games? Yo, Roy. Welcome to the student body. Thank you so much for joining as a member of the channel. Enjoy those emotes that you now get access to. Let's give a hashtag. That's a good hashtag. Hashtag RoyHype in chat. See, I never traded them in, Jake. I just don't know where some of them are. I know I gave away a bunch of 64 games when I didn't think I'd ever play Nintendo 64 again because I was in high school and I was stupid. Actually, it was like late middle school, early high school, and I was dumb. I did keep Mario 64. Always keep that game. And I was able to recoup some of the other games that I lost without. But like, there are some SNES games that I like. Not that it's a ton of money, but Turtles in Time's like a $60 game, and I had it, and now I just don't. That's sad. Gotcha. Oh yeah, you did mention. Well, it was implied earlier. Should have remembered that. Hey, politicians need to blow off some steam too. Yeah. Tonight, I dine on turtle soup. I wish I could do a James Avery voice. That dude was a master. What a fictional attorney / voice actor that dude was.
That letterbox looks funny sitting inside a room like this.
Let's take a look. Empty. The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. Mr. Misha would put his letters in there, and the postman took them away.
Like a mailbox, I understand. Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age, or wrote rather.
Trucy. First of all, yes. Second of all, you could also type a letter and send it. That happens fairly frequently. It typed letters very often. Uncle Phil hype! For real. Yeah, this does look good. I remember playing the HD trilogy and being like, huh, this actually looks really fucking good. Like, I don't, what does the original look like? And I saw the original and I was like, I could never play the original now. I can't. I would not be able to play the original because now all I have in my head is the HD trilogy. And I hate that line of thought because it's the same line of thought that'll make people go, I can't play the original Final Fantasy VII. The remake. I played the remake first, and now I can't bear to look at those block hands. And I'm like, no, but the game is so good. I mean, because I would like to collect and own all the originals someday. But if I'm never going to play them, what's the point? A tale of two halves of the room. Is this like the fucking Odd Couple here? Jesus, what happened over here?
Is this desk for painting, Apollo?
That would be a drafting table.
Drafting?
Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams.
Wow, painting is harder than I thought.
Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too?
What is all this equipment here for? It doesn't look very artistic, really.
He had everything from a was that a lathe? To a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and wood too. Though his equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? From the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff for years. This corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio.
Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin.
This is a crime scene, Trucy. See, Maya would have just taken it. She'd have just been like, whoops, seem to have slipped there. And then later have pulled it out like, look what I took from the scene, Nick.
These cost like $50 at the magic shop.
Well, sucks to suck. Lathe? Lathe. What is a lathe? Yeah, that's true. But I still don't think you should dismiss something just because it's older, is the general point. I tell people not to do that. And so I can't just look at the old Ace Attorney games and go, bleh. Steam Games campaign fun. Yeah, I didn't know that James Avery died. I got sad because they had that reunion and he wasn't there. And they were like, yeah, we miss James. And I'm like, yeah, I miss James too. Correct. All the other, this game and the previous three were all in the HD remaster. Only used about 1,300 of it on Steam Games. That's still a lot. So dude was like, okay, we can use about 1% of our budget on Steam Games. go crazy. It seems like they just lost it. Like they just mentally broke and were just like, fuck it. 'Cause why else would you do it? Such inconsequential stuff. You think you won't get caught that way? Typhoon 3D is very nice. It could have more charm, but I see those and I'm like, oh, that just does not look as good. I mostly see them in like, you know, little meme videos. Egbert and Cadbury. I too miss Alex Trebek already. What a guy. Oh yeah, like I get it. If you played the pixelated version first, then I would assume that the HD version could possibly look almost too clean, if that's a thing. But I can see why that would be off-putting. Man, has it really been 7 years? Damn. Oh yeah, that Brody Lee. That's well, like only like what, 2 weeks, right? Let's take a closer look at this desk here. That too is how I look at things closer. Is this a journal?
Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it. What is it, Apollo?
He didn't write the name of the killer, did? Oh,
He didn't write the name of the killer, did he?
it's new. He didn't write a single line.
Ah, you had me going for a while there.
Something about the way that figure is posed.
I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. See, you're making one of your flamboyant gestures.
Please, I am a professional. I wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? This is Drew Measham.
This little girl must be Vera.
Yes, they took that some years ago. They looked close. A happy little family. Until they weren't. Until you arrested his daughter. Ugh. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. What, she was just like this? Huh, right.
Oh, cute. Look at the tiny frame, Apollo.
Tiny is right. That thing's barely 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that?
Not apparently, it's empty.
There's no glass in it either. What's it doing sitting on the desk? Man, y'all judgmental as a motherfucker. Let the dude's desk be. Maybe he just wanted it there. He liked little squares.
This is a lesson for us all. Be sure to check the size when you buy frames.
Obviously, they have to be judgmental. It's part of the job. It's just funny how judgy they get about dumb shit. This envelope has been opened and resealed.
Oh, I know how to do that. You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts in and opens. Cool, huh?
Whoever did this wasn't so delicate.
You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? Postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago.
Why would someone open a letter, then seal it again? Better hang on to this. Just gonna go ahead and take it. Obviously, because that's okay. Because people over-police their IP. And I can't even... Well, I guess DBZ... That wasn't the sole reason that they stopped, but I think that frustration was part of it. Oh, I agree. This definitely looks better than the HD trilogy. I can't even put my finger on why. It just looks better. Yeah, 2020 was not great for many, many reasons, including that. Yeah, I agree, dog. It's just, oh. Well, they said officially that part of it was that they were worried that it was their Boo Saga content was just not going to be as good. They had problems writing it. And part of the issue is that the Boo Saga is too long, too bloated, and it just isn't very good. So they were really concerned that the quality was going to be a huge drop off. But I also suspect that having shit getting taken down every time they post something and having to go through that process just got tiring to them. Where the other stuff that they do doesn't face that problem at all. That has to just be a huge pain in the ass to have to deal with. Yeah, they tried writing it, from what I remember, and they're just like, this sucks. Like, yeah, that's the Boo Saga. It's bad. You know, there was a Danganronpa abridged. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I gotta give this another shot. I am starving. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get really creative at home. God, wish I was at my parents' house. They're around a lot more shit. So I have 2 pickup options, and then McDonald's and Burger King on DoorDash. Oh, that's depressing. Hey, I thought I had Uber Eats. Food. Damn it! Nothing. Is there... I don't know what restaurants I can go through directly. Eat Street? Postmates? Oh, wait a second. I just had an idea. Is that place just not open anymore? Oh, that would suck. All right, guys, let's brainstorm. Give me something interesting that with my household ingredients and supplies I could possibly put together. Give me something interesting that you guys have done out of desperation in the past. What? Why is this available for delivery again? Well, fuck it. I'm taking advantage of this. I don't... Why is it suddenly working again? Oh! I have a theory. My card was... Oh. Oh! That's the wrong card. That's why. There we go. My wife lost her card recently. I forgot to change to mine. Had to get a new one, so that number is incorrect. Okay, so my theory is that it'll say pickup only if there's no one around to get the order, like, close enough. That makes sense. Okay, I'm satisfied now. Let's get to the game. Let's take a closer look at the... That's not the desk! Just looking at those... hydrogen tanks? I don't even know what the fuck is this? Oh my god. Really? This is all just the same thing? I don't know if there's anything here that's like... Okay, whatever.
Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. He's got like 20 kinds of red. We could repaint your suit, Apollo. How about this shade of green?
That's that'll be enough of that, thanks. So that was entirely worthless. Except for the desk. Did we look at the pot itself? Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug. Oh, I thought it was pot. I'm stupid.
Aha, so the poison was in here. This is my first time seeing a real poison mug of coffee.
I would hope so. Poison coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee.
What?
You'll have to figure out the rest yourself. I'm officially not on your side after all. Yeah, you look so broken up about it. Yeah, no, that's fine. I would get that during discovery anyways, so I'm gonna find out sooner or later if this were a reasonable system, which it is not. No, I don't. All right, I think that's it.
So this drew Misha with some kind of artist?
Apparently, did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans, too, for what it's worth.
Oh, well, I guess this stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance.
Man, she is really hard up on that oil painting. Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means?
He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. What do you mean to anyone? He was always locked up here in this studio, apparently. He only connected to the outside world. His only connection to the outside world was through the letters he'd put in that letterbox there. Letters? Do people still write letters? Oh my god, shut up, Apollo. You absolutely do. Oh, God. Mackerel patty on a bed of brown rice and some cheese puffs on the side? That actually sounds like that could be filling, at least. What do you mean, Apollo? I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? When's the last time a 15-year-old in general wrote a real letter? Children don't write letters. That's very rare. That's very rare compared to an adult. Not Mr. Misham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. Except for all the technology he had over there. He did everything by mail. Maybe he thought that was way more artistic, you know? In any case, the only person beside him allowed here was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? Alleged killer, please. We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Misham's and Vera's, basically. Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever. Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles. And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview. At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died? She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? That does seem like a very stupid thing to do. He wasn't near Mr. Misham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? Anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledged that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. I'm gonna be honest, I don't miss Gumshoe. I like Gumshoe a lot. But I also really like Emma. So it's like, it's not that I'm like, oh god, I'm glad Gumshoe's gone. It's more of like Emma's really a really nice change of pace. So I'm not going to miss Gumshoe for a while. Eventually, I probably would. Soft oatmeal. See, I don't have any of those things, but that sounds like a nice sandwich. Daughter wrote me a letter, had a bunch of hearts. It was beautiful. That's cute. I have typed many letters and mailed many letters, mostly because the legal profession is one of the slowest evolving of all professions in terms of communication. It's in terms of technology assimilation in general. It just takes way too long for them to do what everyone else is always doing. We still have situations where it's still required that you mail the letter or provide them the letter through personal service, which is still basically mailing. Hey, green's my wife's favorite color too. I do think he'd look weird in green. Does feel good not playing Turnabout Serenade, you are right.
Oh, sorry, Ryzen. At least she had good leftovers. I wish I had some SpaghettiOs. We have soup, but it's all tomato soup because my wife will make grilled cheese, which I can't even do that because she used all the Kraft singles. We don't have any other cheese. I don't know why she got so many tomato soups to go with her grilled cheese and not enough cheese. Oh, I didn't even think of an omelet. I do have eggs, but I don't have anything to really put in there. I do have spicy giardiniera peppers. That would have been pretty good. Does it have to be edible? I mean, unless you want to see me die on stream. Hey, Ian. How's it going? All right, later, Attorney Harrington. Take it easy. You'd be surprised, considering how many documents we have to deal with. I'm even talking about very basic tech here. Like you're probably not even thinking of it as like a thing because you just assume, oh yeah, everything is computerized, right? No, not yet. Only recently did a lot of stuff, computerizing a lot of stuff become mandatory. Recently, in the year it was either 2018 or 2019 in my state. Like, you can still paper file stuff. It's not that way federally. It's not mandatory. I have to mail most of my filings like a jackass. Big old stack of paper that could have easily been taken care of online. Yeah, I guess that's the big thing is I don't have meat here. Pepper and salt on the omelet. It'll be, yeah, it probably would have. I forgot I had those. I forgot I had eggs. I forgot I had peppers. It's been a while since I made an omelet. Nine years? That's oddly specific. Oh, I thought, considering we were talking about food, this is as good a place as any to leave her do her thing. So this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Meacham's daughter, right? Yep, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura. She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company. Her good luck charm? Apparently she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I ever get a normal client? But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad? Don't look at me. So about the poison, it was found to be in his coffee, right? No, not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. I bet Emma could help us out here. Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo. Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking. I mean, what is it we always do when we run into at a crime scene? What is it we always do, scientifically? Ah, you know me too well. Okay. Okay, meaning we can get, scientific now? Oh, I suppose, just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Trucy was right. Flattery will get you everywhere with her. Okay, suspicious. The painting? I'm about this. Oh, that? Yes. Why, that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy.
Someone opened this, didn't they?
My lips are sealed. She opened it. Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean you know what's inside the envelope?
Sure, I read it after all. Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open?
Ah, please. I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side.
Weapon?
Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on if I ever got paid for a job.
You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors.
Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer.
X-ray, like the X-rays you get at the dentist?
That's right. At least that's what I call it.
Huh?
It has a real name, but it's much more complicated than X-ray spectralization. I don't think I just said the word. I didn't actually take a good look at what it was supposed to say. Something. How am I supposed to remember all that?
So basically it lets you see inside things, like envelopes.
That's right, you're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than that in practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically.
Can I try it out, Emma, please?
Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself.
All right, let's give it a spin, Apollo.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair. But it's like lead.
Point that thing at me anymore and it might all fall out.
Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it.
Touché? Let's get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test it on a sample first. Just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here. Between Phoenix and his attorney badge? Oh my god. Huh. I ship Adrian, Francisca. Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess the only weird thing about Will Powers is that he played a character, but like, I guess he just wasn't the kind of dude you'd expect to have played the character. That's not really like, eh. And yeah, Larry's pretty normal. He's just an idiot. Maggie was fairly normal. Yeah. Just a little over eager. Well, yeah, her and Adrian have a dominatrix type relationship. I can get behind that. It's Maggie's. It's Maggie and Gumshoe. There's nobody else in Gumshoe. Although I get the appeal behind Francisca. I do. She just whips the shit out of him everywhere, and he just does what she says, and there's the relationship, right? Marry me. Oh yeah, yes, ma'am. He doesn't even want to. He just does it because he got whipped.
You set the sample in the vise like so.
I don't see anything.
Patience. There's no need to get all antsy.
Told my wife that I had ants in my pants today because I like woke up after only sleeping like 4 or 5 hours, and I went to try going to sleep early last night so I could sleep off the headache, but I still woke up after only like 1 REM cycle. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, why are you awake so early? I'm like, I got ants in my pants. And apparently, it just wasn't a thing she had ever heard before. She was like, you have what in your pants? And I'm like, ants in my pants. Like, I'm anxious. You get antsy. You're like, ugh, like that sort of feeling. I didn't. Is that a weird thing to say? Everyone in my life, like all my family members, would say that sort of thing all the time. I think I've even heard that on The Simpsons at least once.
Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. Layer view? You've got it set to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial there for me, would you? That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something. See? That's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh?
Except I can't read them.
Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you'll see the paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys. Like skin. Wow, really?
My mind was blown when I found out that skin wasn't smooth. Oh my god. That's when I knew I could never be a scientist.
This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers, so it can only show what's written on that layer. I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. Image? You mean rub the screen?
What, do you want me to... this?
There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now, turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it too. Hey, I get it. We just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more.
I... 007?
Jesus fucking
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Congratulations.
Everything!
Let's see who all came on the Nin raid. Volpe, Eno, JMT. What's up, guys? Is Nin here yet? Thank you, JMT. Nin was, he was playing the Monster Hunter demo today, right? Oh, she definitely needs to get that codependency thing taken care of. Otherwise, she could end up being in a very abusive relationship. But one reason I like Francisca with her is that it seemed like Francisca was very... what's the word I want to use? She was very aware of it, and it seemed like she tried to help her. Yo, what's up, Downgraded? Get out. Hey, that could have created a command, though. That would have made sense, you know? Hey, Scarlet. Okay, I gotta give raid credits. So JMT, before Nin gets in here, JMT posted Nintage's link. Make sure to go check Nin out. He is currently in the middle of his Indie-uary, which he plays. Nin's a big fan of indie games. So for the entire month of January, he does nothing but play indie games. He did make an exception for today, though, because he is also a big Monster Hunter fan, and the demo for the next Monster Hunter game released. So, yeah, other than that, he also speedruns Mega Men's like I do, and some other stuff that I do not run. So make sure to go check him out. Go throw him a sub. Yo, what's up, Chris? Francisco's definitely insecure. It is Oscar level. That's a good, yeah. Is he? I missed. Where are you, Nin? I saw everybody else. Except, did Top Chat censor you for some reason? Did you burst in the chat like, what the fuck is up? And Top Chat's like, that's a little aggressive. We're gonna have to remove that. Oh, there you go. Right there. Oh, right after, yeah, you know something. Anyways, all right. Let's get the hype alert going then. Again. Make sure to go check out his channel. Now. In a different window, but now. Yes, please. Those credits are for 40 and 45 likes. Thank you for the support, guys. How was the demo? Was it everything you'd ever hoped for? Everything that you needed? Was it so beautiful to you? Oh, that sounds fun. Oh yeah, you're right. Well, you all got an extra 100 credits. Yeah, I mean, that is the thing. She seemed like she was very empathetic to Adrian's issues. So, like, that's definitely not something I would do lightly. Like, I wouldn't do it because... Oh, did I get it? Is this it? Like, I would only do it if I thought Adrian would get something out of it. Like, something beneficial. This is it, right? Is that 0007? Winner. Alright, what am I... I'm assuming this is too low? Like, this is too dark, right? So we're being introduced to a new mechanic where we get into the layer, we're like X-raying evidence. Like, it did the ding noise, but it didn't stop. Oh, every layer? I see. Okay, so we got this layer. Oh, okay. It's easier to read now. Oh. Okay, let's print this one out. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Woohoo, I'm a big winner!
Ha, no, I'm a big winner. See, this is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh?
Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we?
Feel bad for not being more over the moon with it, I guess, but my expectations were already pretty high and more or less met them. I mean, if your expectations are high and they're met, then yeah, I mean, that's acceptable, right? But I get what you mean. I'm assuming it would be kind of similar to when I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it wasn't like it was very good. It met my expectations, but it also wasn't the greatest game I ever played. So in that regard, there was a bit of disappointment. That would make sense, Isadora, the similarities between the two of them, because Francisca definitely has her own issues. It's not that it's needlessly confusing. It goes up by 50. So it's actually really easy. I'm just really bad with math. So take 40 likes. The way to determine how many credits everybody should be getting for that amount of likes is you take that number, add a 0, minus it by 100. So 40 would be 300 credits. So it was 300 and 350. For some reason, I added an extra 100 for some dumb reason. What about Fairy Tail? Oh, when will Fairy Tail return? At some point. I do want to finish it. I do like the game. Just other stuff has been taking priority. Mostly Genshin Impact. Okay, I mean, yeah, it looks like it's finicky, but I get the concept now, so it shouldn't be as big of an issue. There we go. Like, I don't think the explanation was super good, but like, it's not hard to play around with either. And they'll let you know when it's done, which is good. You get that. Actually, the most annoying thing is like this dial's actually kind of irritating to move. If you think just moving it in a circle would be pretty easy, it is actually annoying. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Deposited $100,000. He got scammed by the deposed king of Nigeria. That's it, right? That's what happened. What? I mean, I get it. When I was 14 years old and I got my first Nigerian prince email, I thought it was real too, and I had just become a millionaire. Okay, let's spread this one out. Mr. Drew Measham, I've deposited the $100,000 in the designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer.
Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Measham's account? His paintings must be really valuable.
There's another page in there. Care to take a look?
You bet I do. If you're gonna read someone's mail, you might as well read it all.
Nice.
Here goes the second page then.
Yeah, this is a fine mechanic. I don't quite enjoy it as much as the fingerprinting, and I'm not sure why. I think I just overly like the fingerprinting mechanic for some reason. I don't really know why. Doing the footprint one was pretty cool too. You always get worried when you play like a series and they start experimenting with other stuff and you're like, oh man, but it was already good. Like, are they gonna fuck this up? And then it turned out that they actually did a pretty good job. The second page is like, now, be sure that Mr. Wright suffers a horrible death. And you're like, oh, that escalated quickly. So he was a hitman on the side. Okay, let's print this one out. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one.
So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings.
Why all the secrecy, though? And
what?
why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right?
Maybe it had some special significance to him? Well, Emma?
Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. I think that's everything for her, right? I don't think we can really... I guess we could try presenting this to her. About this painting.
Oh, that? Quite good, isn't it?
That's not what I wanted to ask you about.
You want to examine it, is that it?
I'd be happy to let you if you had a good reason.
But without that, sorry.
I guess she wants us to do a little footwork on our own first. Okay, so not an outright no, but... So Emma, about this coffee mug. I hope you aren't trying to grill me for information. You know I'm not talking. Suppose you are the detective here. Why don't you two take a look at yourselves? If you find a clue, I might not be unwilling to lend a hand. Oh God, that sentence.
I think she's going to help us, Apollo.
Let's check out this mug, shall we? I might not be unwilling. What? Oh God, they're still preparing my order. I'm so violently hungry. All right, let's take a look here. What do we got here? It's
Hey, look there! That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo.
That must be
the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about.
Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this stain is probably... Better ask Emma. Hey, the new TV series, Better Ask Emma. Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue residue on the rim.
Yeah, well, it's just a rumor, but I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain.
Pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma.
Right.
Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray.
Forensic science, I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma.
It's not a hobby.
So what kind of scientific stuff were you up to?
This spray, that's what? It turns blue when it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug. That's right. See, it wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself.
Wow, science is amazing.
It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma'd be willing to help us out a bit more.
You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere.
Certainly worth talking to her about a bit more. God. Lada's whippable. That's very true. She was one of the witnesses where every time she got whipped, I was like, you deserved it. Yeah, Enie's voice is a little different from Emma's in that it's meant to sound a little younger, like a little wispier, although I'm not even sure if she was younger. But it was meant to just sound younger, more immature. One problem I'm having, though, is that I've been watching the Californians, the Saturday Night Live sketches, and now I really want to go way too hard into that accent. Like, about poison analysis, and like that's too much. That's too much. It's hilarious for them, but that'd be too much for me. It didn't blow me away either, Roy. Like, it was fine, but it wasn't like I can't stop watching sort of thing. I mean, you had other stuff that you were paying attention to in your off week. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not like you're like, I did nothing and I could have been doing that instead. You were just doing other stuff. Nah, we still small time here, Chris, but I certainly am not unhappy about the increased viewage. Red White was fantastic. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's like discovering the mystery yourself is just more enticing. I was curious as to how the anime would their depiction of some of the characters, but part of the problem is, and this is going to sound really narcissistic, but it's true. Because of the amount of effort I put into like some of these characters, I end up really loving my own take on the characters from a like, at least from a, that's how I see them in my head now. That's cemented type of thing. Edgeworth is my Edgeworth. It's not the anime Edgeworth. It's just not. Which, again, probably really narcissistic, but that's just like a byproduct of the work that you put into it, right? Have a good night, Sarah. Take it easy. Man, I didn't realize I was still behind on chat. Yeah, I guess it's what Lugia is saying. It's like you're putting that work in, so then when you hear somebody else do it, it just feels weird. Yeah, that's not surprising because I bet all those, even like the bad ones, I bet just had like were bursting with a little more personality. I really liked Red White in general was like, that's better than mine. Everything about the way they did that was better. What do you do in the multiplayer? Yeah, that's a good point too, Ventus. Harry Potter was kind of like that for me. I got over it eventually, but initially I was like, oh, this isn't as good. Except for Hermione's voice. That was better than what I had in my head. And Professor McGonagall's also better. About poison analysis. I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquinine? Atroquinine? Atroquinine. The deadly poison found in the... God. Atroquinine.
The deadly poison found in the autopsy.
Uh-oh, I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly.
It's one of the most virulent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astoundingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for the adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown.
That's fine, really. We don't need to know all the gory details. Actually, I would want to know all the gory details for the purposes of the case.
I think I get it. You just spray this stuff on something you want to test, right? Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try too, Emma, pretty please. You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course. Hey, let's give it a whirl, Apollo.
Ugh, what are you doing?
I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you.
How's this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous.
Tell that to those helpless witnesses on the stand. Hapless witnesses on the stand.
Let's just get down to checking for real poison, shall we? What are we supposed to be? Like, how many times do I have to spray it? Huh. I assume they just wanted us to do the mug. That isn't just to show us how it works, but that's not having any reaction. So there's something else? Oh. I think I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. Door handle. Up here. Nope. Oh, and we're just willy-nilly spraying it all around. Is there nothing here? Maybe that's it, because we're allowed to leave. So I'm assuming it's because there's nothing actually here.
Too bad. No reaction there.
I'm sure Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second.
What is it, Apollo?
Did you spray that little desk over there?
I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know?
Let's check it out, just to be sure. I was just doing that! Poison on the pen. Oh, right here.
Make a reaction, Apollo!
Ah! Where?
The inside of that cute little frame, look!
But would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy.
I'm known to work magic.
Never mind that I was the one who found it. Why would the inside of that frame have poison on it? Looks like we found the only other place that was poison in any case. So Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came here for a story the night of the crime?
I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so.
I'll never forget that face, but what was his name? Oh, right. Bruchel.
Bruchel?
He's after a scoop to sell to the papers, so a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed. Seems strange to you?
Really strange.
It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that leaves only one other person, because there's only one other magician in the world, in this area right now.
It wasn't Valiant Grammary by any chance, was it?
Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valiant Grammary. Looks like I'll be heading out to the Coliseum again, sooner than I thought. Yo, Kratos, what's up, dude? Welcome, Kratos Raiders, Joe, Ancient One, Kratos. How you guys doing? What were you, what'd you fire up today, Kratos? Oh, is this one measuring up to the others so far in terms of my enjoyment? So a lot, because you're dealing with a different set of characters, and the characters have all been very good. It does suffer from the same third case syndrome. The third case was bad. It was not good. So that's the disappointment that I had with it. It had very easily, what I consider very easily the best first case of any of the games. Like, hands down. Yo, what's up, Slater, man? How's it going, dude? You just hit a milestone on Twitch, didn't you, recently? I gotta give. Oh, hold on. I can give the raid alert. Where are my manners? Thank you so much to Kratos Aryan Plays. Wait, that was the way how to pronounce it, right? You told me last time. It was Orion, not Orion, right? I want to make sure I had that right. Chris dropped the command. Make sure to go check out Kratos' channel. We'll throw them a sub. Show them some love for throwing the raid our way. 100% orange juice? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, so I guess I'll get into it in a little more depth. So for those that don't know, this game takes place 7 years after the Trials and Tribulations. So there's a lot of intrigue behind what's been happening all this time. Apollo's funny. He's a good character. Trucy's a good character. You get to meet Emma again, who you haven't seen since 1.5. She's all grown up, and to me, she's just as good of a character as Gumshoe is. And she's different. They just didn't make her, incompetent detective number 2. She's got her own personality to her. Phoenix has become an S-tier character. And the cases are at least interesting. The prosecutor's really interesting in that he acts a lot more like a prosecutor you would meet in real life versus the other prosecutors we've had before, where they are more adversarial and more over-the-top ridiculous. So it's a nice change of pace. I can see why some people would find him boring, but for me, it's refreshing. So yeah, it's a different game, and I like that it's different. Third case had Best Boy. He was kind of a criminal. He was kind of a big criminal, though. Despite the unfortunate name. Oh, 50 likes. Man, thank you guys for coming out in force tonight. Normally I hate postponing streams, but I'm so glad I postponed today because I'm in a much better mood than I was last night. That headache just drilled me. Ha! Scarlet. Ha! Oh, welcome in on the raid, too, Purple. It's a board game on Steam. Okay, so, all right, later, Tara. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging. Clavier is more realistic. I agree. Like I said, it's refreshing to me. It's not that I necessarily like him more than Francisco or Edgeworth, but it does give his character a big boost in his own right for me. Thank you, Chris, for the spiel.
I'm glad you're having fun.
Hey, thank you to Mountain Colossus for the sub on YouTube. Much appreciated. For those that have been around for a while, know that I have a, would you call it pathological dislike of orange? The color, the fruit, everything. So the fact that there is a game called 100% Orange Juice, I think it means I must play it, right? I absolutely must play it. Yeah, walkies suck. Emma's got to get over that stress eating herself. I despise everything orange. Yep, here comes all the orange fans coming to stomp me in my nuts. It's fine if you like orange, I just can't stand it. $7? Yeah, that ain't bad. No, Waki's a fine character. He's a fine character. As a person, he can go fuck himself, though. Because he reminds me of all the fake-ass gangsters that I grew up with that also can go fuck themselves. Now, you might say, Twain, that sounds like a bit of a personal problem. And I would say, yes, you're right. I like Sunny D, but that's not really orange juice. Right? One thing I did really like about Waki is his design is ridiculously amazing. Like, it's amazing in that ridiculous sort of way. What triggered such a specific color hatred? I've never enjoyed the color at all. And I've never liked the taste of orange. I don't know. Then I got to the point, I think I got to college and I was like, wow, you know, if I just don't have to get orange things or eat oranges or drink orange, I just don't have to do that. I'm an adult and can decide to not have that in my life anymore. There might have been a triggering event, but I can't remember what it was. Yes, Scarlett, he was only a criminal because of that. It's still not good to do that, though. Like, the reason they wanted to control it is very, like, it's very reasonable, because that thing could also make a poison. My food's probably gonna be cold. I don't even care. I'm just gonna inhale it anyways. To be fair to orange, though, I'm just not a citrus guy in general. I'm not a huge fan of lemon. I'm not a huge fan of lime. Although, ironically, I do like lemon lime soda. I now enjoy orange juice if it's heavy on the pulp. That sounds awful. You and KY should have a conversation about that. I don't want to eat my drink. It is technically orange juice, but like, do you really consider it orange juice? That's like that fake orange juice, right? It's like, Taco Bell is supposed to be fast food Mexican, but is it really? Nah. Yeah, I agree with that, Isidore. As much as I'm actually not, I love My Hero. I'm actually not a huge fan of the general art design for the character bodies and faces. I think it looks a little too childish to me, compared to the animes that I generally gravitate towards. But the designs themselves are actually really good, if that makes any sense, that I reconcile those two. They do suck as candy flavors. One of the first times I realized I didn't like orange is when I had Starburst for the first time, and I'm like, the orange is awful. Excuse me. And the lemon's only okay. I think Bakugo just caught the backhand from his mother fairly often. It is the most boring soda, but it's not bad. Like, if I want something and I don't want caffeine, it's perfectly fine. And I will say that when I'm sick, it feels delicious. Even more so delicious. It makes me feel better. Entirely a placebo effect, but it's true. There is Bakugo in Tsundere waifu form. It's his mom. Bakugo's mom's fucking hot. What about bubble tea? Oh, you mean with tapioca? I don't like bubble tea, but I do like having the tapioca bubbles in smoothies. I love eating certain drinks. Ugh, no. I've heard that about that in a few places, Tomic, which is really interesting. I bet that would cause people to drink less soda. Yeah, I would agree with that, Roy, on the body type designs. I don't think the creator does realize that. She could abuse me, though. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of citrus. I don't know, it's too over the top, I feel. Which is, I guess, is one of the reasons I like lemon lime soda, because it's not over the top. Root beer and cream soda is awesome. They have, like, orange cream soda is actually not that bad. Sprecher makes an orange cream soda that's pretty good. Oh. Yep, no problem, Purple. Have a good one. Thanks for coming in on the raid. Yes, Scarlet, like Sprite. That is what I mean. Yeah, I'm assuming it's like a bubble tea, but it's a smoothie. Like, I get like banana or mango with the tapioca pearls. They're really good. Yeah, go drink your bubble tea. Go do it. Oh, that sounds awful, Scarlet. You got something for that? Yeah, that's how I always took it, Roy. It's not anything like it's almost, I guess it's almost problematic in this way, but it's not anything plot like important at all. But yeah, I will I'll zip it a lip on My Hero stuff if there are a lot of people that haven't seen anything. I like tapioca pudding. I also like rice pudding, and my wife thinks I'm fucking nuts for liking rice pudding. Put a little cinnamon on that shit. Oh. So good. Looks like I'll be heading out to that Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want. Why is it vertical? Oh, it's offensive to my eyes. Oh, it's offensive to my eyes. Pro tip. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you know why you don't do that? Because I don't have my card. I probably shouldn't just show even the back of my card anyways, it has our logo on it. When I have a wallet, like so, I have my little card thing here. On the side, I have my credit cards going up here, but then my business cards I put... I'd have to take everything else to show you, but like, there's a little slit here that you slip the cards into here. This is where you keep your business cards. This is where most people with wallets keep their business cards. You want to slide those out when you need access to the card. All these cards that I have, these are all horizontal. And you know why? Because when I slide them out, I don't want to have to go, huh? How do I read this? You're making yourself inconvenience. And that's not going to make me think, oh man, what an innovator. It's going to make me think, why is this jerk being so fucking douchey? No. It's the Rebel Alliance from Star Wars. Which I got from Seattle, their pop culture museum. Anyways, do not get a vertical card. I think we're done here, right? Yeah. Can I show her the vertical card and be like, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah, as long as you do whatever you want with the backside, as long as I can pull out the front side and read it without having to turn the card, that's fine. You do whatever you want otherwise. I need that basic information to be horizontal, though.
Ooh, this is it, Apollo, the place where magic and dreams converge.
Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converged.
Let's go say hi to Uncle Valent.
What about the case?
Only a performer laughs like that.
Ha! Or a very, very poorly conceived character. Ha, not me, though. The young Miss Trucy. How often I hoped we'd meet again only to tell myself it was an impossible dream.
Tee-hee, Uncle Valent, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too.
Of course you are.
Of course you're happy to see me. Why the fuck wouldn't you be? That's strange. Looking at my food order. Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits.
Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you've come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you.
Actually, we came to wish you good luck. Congratulations on your big magic show.
Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as I shall perform.
Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture.
The world will watch in wonderment as magnificent illusions are reborn. Here on stage by my hand.
I was going with Waluigi, but I guess they don't really have that much different of a laugh, right? I think it's just the Rebel, like, didn't somebody have that checkerboard on their helmet? No, I'm thinking of Biggs's. That was yellow and black. The bubble stuff dangerous? Is it bad for you? Tapioca does have mild poison in it, doesn't it? But, like, you'd have to consume a lot of it to... I'm not even sure you can consume enough of it to actually poison you. By the time you would consume enough to poison you, you'd probably die from choking yourself to death by tapioca pearl anyways. Oh, Francisca would be fucking amazing for Smash.
Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that Grammary Miracle is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I much apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Daddy.
My co-magician in training, Zach Grammary, if that terrible thing hadn't.
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valent Grammary, would have been proud to stand upon this stage as his assistant.
Thanks, Uncle Valent. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the great Magnif's illusions again.
She really is looking forward to this, isn't she?
My mentor, the magnificent Magnif Grammary, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations.
I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound.
I'm guessing that memory was a bit embellished.
For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Grammary Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses. How can I help you?
The world was waiting. Why did you hold off for 7 long years?
It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic show... Perhaps you have known of the magic known as law which governs our land?
I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic.
The performance of Magnif's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more.
7 years? That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it?
And why was that?
A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy.
Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnif's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea, a trick if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such, was protected by property laws.
Intellectual property, maybe?
Magnif knew this and bequeathed it in his will. To one person.
You mean him?
Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Gramarye was the inheritor of the Gramarye miracle.
Daddy.
Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly 7 years ago.
I think I see where this story is going.
Once a person is classified classified missing for a certain period of time,
They're considered legally deceased, correct?
in all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves concealed your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years.
Ah!
Yes, Miss Trucy. Though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise was the time, your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnif passed to me. This was, in fact, stipulated in the will by Magnif himself.
Is that how it works, Apollo?
Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently.
Daddy.
Well, that got fucking dark. Lord. I actually don't know if that's the period of time where it happens in the US. I've never dealt with that before. Yeah, Isadora's probably right. Like, people could not serve it if it could kill you like that. Thank you, Claire. I was just talking about how I'm hoping that this holds up through the entirety of the playthrough, because I'm not sure it was meant to be worn this often. Was it 20 years for Misty Faye? I honestly don't remember. That's because an attorney would never be walking around with sleeves like this in a professional, if they were trying to be professional. Yeah, that could be too. It's more just their tradition than a legal problem. I mean, I saw that in The Simpsons, dog. I don't know if it's real. It might be.
Ah ha ha ha! A challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well, give it to me.
No, thanks.
Are all magicians like this? Apollo, what was that look just now?
I was just thinking how hard it is to get any information out of a magician. The journalist was here on a story.
All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper.
His name is Brushel. Think he remembers him.
He doesn't look too happy about it.
Brussel, that cloying smell of mint when he smiles, yes.
Could you tell us more about him? What did he want?
My innards. A man by that name called on me just now.
Just now?
Valen's vision is always toward tomorrow. Valen's feet step always forward. That is all.
That's all very confusing.
I am to perform a big magic show, yes? I wanted someone to cover it. Yet, he had ears only for that incident.
That incident?
In any case, I requested that the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died. What of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Gramarye.
Uncle Valent, you know where the reporter went?
I recommend he visit that place popular with penalized perpetrators.
The detention center? Popular with penalized perpetrators? Are you kidding me?
He was a rude individual. Might I see that card?
Dude, just rips it apart. Sure.
He would tear apart my respectability, I tear apart him. Oh, god damn it. I mean, duh.
Oh, here it comes, Apollo. Uncle Valen's big magic trick.
Is he gonna fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic.
What happened to the big magic?
No, fuck him. Is it not more miraculous for it to stay ripped?
He must have really not liked that journalist.
Son of a bitch! Brushel.
That damn massive vertical business card. Because rolled up sleeves are just generally not considered professional. I don't know the actual answer to that for you, Scarlett, as in the basic answer is because society deems it to be the case. But society's deeming of what looks professional now is bullshit anyways. We see things as professional because we're told to look at them as professional. Oh, I like the design. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I'm much less concerned about that look when it comes, especially when we're playing a game. It's a fucking game after all. But I would be less likely to judge another attorney for doing something like that than your average attorney. For the reason I just gave you. I think the whole concept is bullshit anyways. I do it because you have to get business, and that's how you get business, is looking professional. But I think it's all garbage. Someday, Scarlett, someday. All right. Wait. No. Oh, you're here to see Vera Misham? Yes, that's right. She's in the medical office at the moment.
Medical office, is she okay?
She's just lying down, said she didn't feel so good. I'd say that's what we have the beds in the cell for, but whatever, I'm sorry, but I can't allow any meetings at the moment. Most annoying client ever. Well, I guess he didn't have Matt on guard.
Guess we should come back.
Oh. Must be missing something. I thought we'd meet him here. Something else we have to do here to trigger? I mean, I don't know what the benefit of showing him this would be, but... I was wondering if you could tell me about this.
Ah, why that bears the Gramarye seal?
Uncle Valen, is something wrong?
Brucey, where did you get this?
Huh? Daddy gave it to me.
Your daddy? My partner?
No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright.
Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy?
Lord Daddy? That's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit.
The signature upon the back. Do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Gramarye.
What? My dad?
Might I be so bold as to open it?
I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that.
Okay.
What's in this envelope, I wonder?
Now, the time has come when I must return to make my prestidigitation preparations. By your leave, Miss Trucy.
Thanks, Uncle Valen.
3 days from now, make ready for a miracle, and pretend like we didn't have that last bit of conversation just now.
What do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valant react like that to this envelope?
I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit.
Yeah, Walkie was definitely more annoying. Dude's like, yeah, I did it when he didn't do it, just because he thought it'd be cool to be locked up. Would short sleeves look more professional than rolled up ones? Short sleeves and a tie look terrible. It looks terrible. But I guess technically it would be considered more professional. Don't play along with what? Dang you games and your specifics. Yeah, please, everyone, do me a favor. If you don't take any other piece of advice from me, including that, no, actually, remember the business card, vertical business card thing. These are the 2 pieces of advice I want you to take from me for the rest of your lives. Don't wear short sleeves with a tie. I don't care what anybody else thinks about it. It just looks bad. Because the whole, like, the tie is supposed to make everything look longer, right? But then your sleeves are short? Like, mentally, that just doesn't, like, your brain doesn't see that and think, oh, that looks good. It's just close to objectively unattractive looking. Huh. That's why people like Dwight Schrute and Homer Simpson do it, because it's meant to be incredibly silly looking. I don't know what voice to give this guy. Stereotypical dorky nerds. Yep, exactly. There you go. Solution is to replace your sleeves with ties on your arms. There you go. The most annoying voice you can think of. I already kind of give that to Larry. God, I don't want to give him something too annoying, though, because then that'll just fuck the rest of it, right? And I'm assuming teachers do it for a more functional reason, because they get really sweaty. Like, excited? Okay. Like an... No, that's insulting to Jim Carrey. All right, I'll just... I think I hear what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money, end quote. No, not at all. Looks like someone's already meeting here.
Maybe that reporter?
Oh, God. I'm 99% sure that stuff on his face is cocaine he continually buries himself into every morning before he goes to work, and he just never cleans his face up because he hopes to get another sniff of it, like residue, at some point throughout the course of the day. Look at that pocket! Oh, God. He does own the vertical card. We could give a, like, that excited voice seems to work with this fucking coke addict. Did I just will this character into existence? Hey, who are you? Nice to meet you. Who might you be? Ha ha. Sorry, we didn't know someone was already here. I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey. Ugh! Dude! Stop smiling! You're Justice, you? You know me? Do I know you? Of course I know you! There's no witnesses on stand till they spill beans. End quote. That's not true. What's he writing? Why does he have a fucking piece of paper? Are you a reporter by any chance? Ooh, you're Trucy. Am I famous? Oh yeah. Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her panties, end quote. Hey, that's so not true. Just hold on to your breeches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So, guard, I think I know what's going on here. Guarding rooms is my life. What else could I possibly need, end quote. No, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You deal with them. Did you come here to interview the guard? Oh, wee, what a pickle. Accused wouldn't talk. Had to interview someone or go plumb crazy, end quote. Uh-huh. I should have guessed. Where are my manners? My name's Brushel, Spark Brushel. I'm not picky journalist. Closes his eyes, writes, end quote. It's that nauseatingly strong mint smell every time he grins. My dear friend, that's cocaine. No, that's actually... It's not. Until you've been interviewed by me, you don't know what thrilling is. While I'm through crossroads of mayhem madness, end quote. I can see that. He's writing something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something. Dude, ain't it? Kind of like fungus. Oh, we've at a maybe this isn't normal, I guess. But at a there was a what they call a buzz session with the juvenile court judge at the time in one of the counties that I frequented. And one of the things they did for specifically for guardian ad litems, the people that would conduct their investigations of parents, to give them, the judge, a recommendation on what should happen with the kid, they passed around a ton of different drugs. A ton of different drugs. And we were encouraged to look them over, feel it in bags, of course. Take a whiff, like... Especially the heroin, because heroin was getting really big and out of control there. But yeah, we were for the purposes of like, if we see something that's suspicious, we might be able to not necessarily scientifically identify it, but go, huh, I noticed this, and this might be something I must follow up on. Yeah, who the fuck rolls up their sleeves above their biceps? Just wear a short sleeve shirt, you moron. He does blink from the bottom. That is not human. The lizard conspiracists were right all along. Hottie's disturbing, yes. It would look weird with his... but this is perfectly fine. Alright. I need to see what the fuck's up with my food. We're at 4 hours. Yeah, we're gonna end it now. I'll be back Tuesday. We will be back. I need to get more energy for this guy. That almost had me out of breath because it's late.